Hey guys, welcome to Season 3, the very last match of Season 3. It's the 1400s match. Unfortunately, there's only one player who's rated 1400 that's active right now, and that is Jokos. He recently had a game against Sony the Superior tie-up. So Sony the Superior is also known as Master of Math. He is currently 1304 with about 300 games played. Jokos is 1408 with 150 games played. So yeah, let's talk about the map. It's the Road to Freedom. It was featured as a live tournament map in one of the recent Discord tournaments, maybe 3 months ago, maybe longer. So I played a bit of that against Dream Aaron and also Hell Raider. Played games there, so I know a little bit about it. Like the one really prominent feature is 2 airports in high fun, so you can do double B-copter spam. But it's 3 base and like not particularly fragmented, so B-copter spam is just okay. And then the other thing is that there are these central ports where you can sometimes see battleships that control the pace of the game, which we'll see in this game. So they picked Adder, both of them. I know that Jokos is a big Adder fan, and then Sonya Superior also tends to like Adder a fair amount. I don't know. I think Sonya Superior kind of likes to pick like. I don't think that he likes to experiment too much with his CO choices, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so first things first, you got to build your infantry so you can capture bases. I've seen APCs have moderate success here. We'll see if Jokos goes for the APC build. I know that he does like to go for APC occasionally. Yep, there's the APC from Jokos, and I think Sonya Superior. I think Master of Math also builds an APC. Yeah, okay. So he mirrors the APC build. So he gets the boost to capture this city, and then this infantry captures. Usually the APC goes to the left, goes clockwise. So interesting. So Sony Superior goes for artillery first, which is kind of an interesting thing to see in an Adder Ditto, especially against Jokos, who is kind of really fond of artillery first himself. So Jokos goes B-copter first. Sony the Superior responds with immediate B-copter. So one thing I don't see a lot of is I don't see a lot of people go after these black boats on the ports. Like it does drop some tempo on an artillery probably to take that out, but it does build up a fair amount of income over time. The other issue is that it gives more charge to your opponent than it does to you, so it's another factor to consider. So you could try instead bringing down the B boat when your opponent has their CO power or super CO power active, so that it doesn't give them any charge. Oh, right. Okay, you can use the artillery to break down this pipe seam or this other pipe seam. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Sonya Superior going another B-copter immediately. Jokos had responded with an anti-air. And there's the artillery to open up this pipe scene. So far, both players are playing pretty symmetrically. Third B-copter for Sonia Superior, and a tank as well. It looks like the anti-air here is going to be harassing this infantry. Okay, so these two B-copters. Okay, so basically this B-copter sits on this port, and so green thinks that, or at least believes that there's kind of a free infantry pickoff here, but it turns out that it's not quite as free as it looks, because this B-copter can come down and hit this injured 10 HP B-copter. So I guess I'm not wild about getting your infantry hurt on your own base, because it effectively drops your total value by 1,000, because you have to heal up 100, but you can't buy anything for between 100 and 200, or 1,000 and 2,000. So it basically like takes away some of your money that you get to use later for parts of repairs. So yeah, it could affect builds by like just a small margin, just like a small detail. So I'm not sure if it's worth 1 HP of copter damage, but yeah, kind of a slim margin there. Something to think about in your own games. I mean, if it succeeds in getting lucky and it brings the B-copter down to 1, then it's not doing enough to interrupt the capture of this infantry by a turn. So maybe that was the reasoning. It looks like there's a harassment over here that allows a tank to get hit. I mean, it's clear that Sonia has more forces in this area, but we'll see if Jokas can redirect some of them over to the center here. So both players now have side slip available. That's Adder's CO power. Here comes the side slip for Jogas. So actually, Adder CO power into Adder copter. It was like a pretty positive exchange there. Oh, and you can pick off another B copter here. That's nice. Let's see, so now, okay, so now Sonia Superior responds with his own Sidewinder. almost taking out an anti-air, taking out capturing infantry there. Okay, I'm not sure about this. Oh, okay. Well, it delays the capture of that infantry by one. By the capture of that. Oh no, no, it was targeted with the tank. Okay, and then immediately captured after. Okay, I was gonna say yeah, that seems a little sketchy, but no, it's all good. Okay, loses a full HP tank, loses both of his anti-air that were in the center left. Looks pretty rough for Jogos here. However, he does have an ace up his sleeve, which is that he banked some money last turn. And he's going to go for a Battleship, which kind of protects this push. Oh, I guess it's next turn. Okay, never mind. Because yeah, this is kind of like volatile and trading pretty heavily. So you want to, if you get a battleship that overseeing all this, then it steadily goes your way. And you have when you have like a volatile heavy trading, because the battleship just increases your firepower in the area. So Jogos is back in Sidewinder range again. So really nice trapping here, walling with a 1 HP infantry, so the tank doesn't have any good targets. That's really a very nice formation. We can talk about a different part of the map too. Like up in the upper right, it looks like about even on tank count, and Jogos hasn't yet captured the city that probably belongs to him in the long run. Looking at the metrics, Jogos is down a city and down a fair amount in unit count, but it's not insurmountable. And down a bit in unit value, but again, they're in the middle of a trade, so the unit values swing back and forth pretty heavily. Here comes the side slip. And here comes the battleship. Um, Interestingly enough, I don't see a lot of damage being done with the side slip. Let me just review that turn one more time. It's mostly about shuffling his tanks around so that he can control this center right area so that these tanks don't see the battleship, panic, and go take over a new part of the map. So yeah, kind of a mysterious side slip there. So okay, just taking a quick break. Well, we can look at the unit value is clearly in Sonya Superior's favor. Unit count is clearly in Sonya Superior's favor. So where they said that Sonya Superior went wrong when both Sonya, Jogos, and Hellraider and a few others chimed in about this game, is everyone seemed to agree that like Sonya was leading until the battleship came out for Jogos, and then it kind of slipped away from his grasp. So let's watch see how that happens. So this tank B-copter formation kills a tank and leaves. Oh no, they kill an infantry and then capturing infantry, and then leave a tank exposed to the battleship. So that's one shot for the battleship. Okay, and then crucially, Sonian Superior decides to build another battleship, and then another idea that was flying around was to build a bomber for green here, to threaten this battleship and to do damage when it's not being harassed by fighters. Um, so yeah, the bomber is another option here that could work. The issue with this battleship is like just it doesn't have a whole lot of targets. It's symmetric, but like you kind of have to redistribute all your forces in order for the position to be symmetric. So sometimes it's better just to like push with the advantage with the part of the map where you have the advantage anyways. So just sort of push that advantage until it snowballs into a win. Okay, so wait. Oh, I see. So the battleship actually fired on the APC, which allowed the tank to hit the other tank from the city. Okay, so here comes Jokas's Sidewinder, which is Adder's Super CO power. We'll see what he does with all those extra squares of movement. Okay, he hits a tank with it. That's nice. Hits an infantry with it. That's nice. Hits a tank, and then finish. So he basically kills a tank and an infantry because of it, whereas he couldn't otherwise. Oh, and he gets a shot on the anti-air. Okay, yeah, that looks like a bit of an oversight by Sonia Superior here, because it also allows the capture of this property as well. Just being like one square further back on with all those units would have been safer. If I recall correctly, Sonia the Superior said that he wanted to build this battleship to prevent him from losing these contestable cities here, with the power of this battleship. But yeah, we'll see that like you can have two types of responses to a battleship threatening all of these properties. One is to build your own battleship and then like stop those infantry captures, or you can build. I mean, there are many responses, but another response is you could build your own battleship and then protect your infantry capturing these two cities here. So there's like kind of two different ways to approach it, and the way that Sonia approached it, it just didn't. This time, it just didn't work out for him for whatever reason. So here comes Adder's Super CO power. Fighter gets a B-copter because of it. Okay, so takes a tank for his troubles. Gets an infantry and a B-copter for his troubles. Gets a couple infantry for his troubles. Okay, so now Joke has to move. he is down pretty severely in terms of unit count, and then well, not that severely, but it's not looking good for him in terms of unit count. And then his unit value is hanging in there; it's doing all right, and they're tight on income. And he is like slightly ahead in terms of like the charge. Uh, he's ahead in terms of he's going to get charged first. Okay, so now Sonia moves his army to the right, looking to capture the properties of Jogos that he's afraid of losing himself. So now Jokos moves his battleship to the center. So Jokos takes a few hits on his fighter and his battleship, which brings him up to CO power range. We'll see what he does with this potential CO power. Looks like there are some targets available. Okay, here's the bomber for Jokos. So now Jokos is going to be the first to be able to Sidewinder or to either CO power or Super CO power. Okay, so we'll see. Okay, so Jokos attacked with his infantry or something first. Okay, so here comes the power. So I guess the bomber is a response to either the battleship or the medium tank. I mean, probably the medium tank because he doesn't have anything to check it other than his battleship. Okay, so actually, as I've been talking, they actually have ended up capturing these ports that ultimately belong to them. That you just needed to. Okay, wait. So then Sunny Superior resigns here. Okay, I didn't see that coming. Well, I guess the key point is that Jokos is like up a fair bit in income, up 3 cities in income, up a little bit in army value, tied on unit count. So what are the cities that Jokos has that Sonia doesn't? I guess it's this city and this city. And then it's another. Oh, it's the port. Okay, and the port. So, yeah. And so Sonia the superior to move and no moves. Like, Hmm. Yeah, I would have continued to play the game out. Um, I mean, Jokos was down by further and came back, so yeah. Personally, I would have played it out more. I mean, there's no like immediate great attack here. Um, you can kill like a tank and a decopter if you wanted to like do damage. The fighters are great body blockers. I mean, or you could retreat and sort of regroup. Yeah, I'm not totally sure what's going on with this resign. I mean, like I would agree that Sony is at a disadvantage, but I'm not sure if it's like crushing or anything. I don't know. They seem to be better players than I am, so maybe they would know. So yeah, GG's. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.